as Rizin is the #1 promotion in Japan, #2 worldwide.
A long time for Johnny to be stuck in this. He's tapping, it's over.
A genuine finisher who knows how to take him down, tie him up, and tap him out.
Follows hips and does everything right. He's sweet.
Oh, he's on the leg. That's all on.
The Mikuru clever posters, and they are totally different than the typical Rizin poster that comes out.
Oh, looking with that short left hand. Oh, the big kaboot!
We are Rizin!
Valentine's Day, AEW Day, Grand Slam Day, Saturday to this JMMA panel. Before we start, a friend of mine who's having a fight in Japan wanted to just send a little thank you to everybody who's coming out to this panel. My friend Kaito. Very sorry, if you couldn't hear, he just basically said thank you for coming out and please support him in this fight, which will be on February 22nd in Tokyo. It will be the main event for Deep Tokyo Impact, which you watch on the Deep YouTube channel. Anyway, now let's get into the panel. Everybody here, who likes MMA? Who likes UFC? Yeah, come on there. Who likes Pride, Rizin, JMMA, UWF 5 over the 5? Okay, good, okay. So hopefully I can make some of you fans of JMMA, increase your knowledge, all that good stuff. A little bit about myself, my name is Andrew. I host the We Are Rizin podcast, which somehow is the longest running Japanese MMA podcast. Something that I'm very proud of. It's like the best ice skater in Jamaica. So, also, I'm an MMA fighter, 1-0, undefeated, and purple belt in jiu-jitsu. So, you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, Japanese MMA has a wild and weird history, which we're gonna truncate and we're gonna have some fun with. If anybody has a question or whatever, just raise your hand. Bro, I don't want this to be a boring TED talk where I just bully, so please, I want this to be as interactive as possible. So, everybody know who this guy on the left is?
I see him.
Yeah. Does everybody know who this guy is? Not this guy, but this guy. Okay. Everybody knows this gal. Everybody knows this guy. Okay. How about this guy? Okay. So these two are former Rizin fighters, Jiri Prochaska and Kai Azakura, who's now 0-2 in UFC, unfortunately. And also Jiri is a former light heavyweight champion. An anime, oh by the way, this also was done at Anime NYC, so I apologize if in case that can be a little bit creepy. But an anime panel at Katsucon, we go to that Anime NYC. Due to the sport's short history, limited exposure, a lot of future fighters develop their interest via Asian entertainment. There is a sport that has more influence shaped by fiction than MMA. Listen, you don't see Messier when he scores a goal. You don't do a Hadouken or, you know, I don't know, who's this basketball player? Simon Pippen, he doesn't do like, you know, or whatever. Yeah, so, yeah, you see a lot of it in MMA. Guys will come out, like MVP comes out with the, that's Naruto, right? Yeah, it comes out with the Naruto thing, Tenshin does the Street Fighter thing, Izzy, of course, probably the most famous weeb now in MMA. MMA platform? So there's not an MMA version of Michael Jordan or Bo Jackson type of training fans since MMA wasn't available on TV. So a lot of the MMA fighters that are fighting grew up like Dragon Ball Z, what's it called, Ippon, Hajimon, and other animes as well, Street Fighter, and all that stuff. So a lot of them are inspired by MMA. So we're going to use some terms, JMMA, meaning Japanese martial arts, Kabutobi, which in Japanese means just martial arts. Pride rules, superior rule set. So in UFC, you can't kick a guy while he's on the ground. That's illegal. Or if he has a hand, or I don't know illegal it is at this point. But you can't basically do that. In Japanese MMA, you can. So also shoe style, which is basically pro wrestling to make it look like it is a real fight, but it is not. And then Rizin, pronounced Rizin, not Rizin. So many people pronounce it Rizin, even though it has no, not two T's. That is the currently #1 MMA in Japan. So why does JMMA stand out? Again, like I said, the prime rule set, which allows people to get kicked in the face while on the ground or knee on the ground. So this is why like a lot of wrestlers have a hard time with that, because if they miss a takedown, just kick them right in the head. Production values. Taking that away from pro wrestling. There's a lot of big emphasis. You've probably seen on YouTube, you know, crazy prior lady, leg heart, you know, doing introductions, all that. Very WrestleMania, Tokyo Dome, WrestleMania type emphasis. The use of a ring as a fighting enclosure instead of a cage. So I'm curious to know, who likes a ring versus a cage? Ring? Raise your hand. Cage? Cage supremacists. And also freak show fights, which probably a bunch of you have seen. Probably have seen Gabby Garcia versus like some old lady, or Royce Gracie versus some sumo guy. So that would never be allowed here. No commission, maybe Texas, but no real commission allowed here in the United States. So unfortunately, just like most history, it is written by the victors, aka the UFC. The UFC, the history of the sport cannot be discussed about pro wrestling. MMA did not start in 1993, as the UFC would like you to believe. It starts way long beyond that. The Gracies, so Royce Gracie, Enzo Gracie's. Is anybody here like remember Gracie Jiu-Jitsu? Yeah. Okay, there might be some Gracie slang in here, so I apologize in advance. Yeah, Gracies are also involved with the rewriting of history. And then 2001 was Dana White versus UFC. From whatever, I forgot the company that owned it, but basically it was a company that was going bankrupt. Did not make it MMA successful for the first time. So here's the shortest history I can give of Japanese MMA. So 1951, Gracie family started martial art from Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu based off judo, started in Brazil. Then they were challenged by Masahiko Kimura, who winds up submitting Hugo Gracie. By the way, for Jiu-Jitsu nerds, Kimura, you got to Masahiko Kimura. And established this long Japan versus Brazil feud that will go into Pride and a little bit to UFC. But most importantly, this is probably one of the most significant things that led to Japanese MMA. Muhammad Ali versus Antonio Inoki exhibition fight. Has anybody actually seen this fight? It's terrible, right? It's not even like bad, it's so boring.
It's just a guy kicking someone who's standing.
Yeah, and that's why it probably ruined Ali's career, because after he started losing all his fights, he started like being lasso because he just got kicked. He thought it was a pro wrestling match, and then this guy's kicking him. Yes, yeah. But nonetheless, he got 54 million viewers on Japanese TV, and there was something. And in 1985, a guy named Satoru Sagama, aka Tiger Mask 1, wound up making the first MMA promotion called Shuko, which still exists to this day. It's not as good as it used to be, but it survived. 1985, that's quite a long time. Now we're going to get into one of my favorite guys in the MMA, Nobuhiko Takada. Who knows Nobuhiko Takada? What do you think about Takada as a wrestler or MMA fighter? So he was trained in something that you could maybe call it shoot style. He was in UWF and New Japan Pro Wrestling. And the whole thing was that there was this thing where pro wrestlers had to actually also know how to fight. This is before kayfabe was broken and like nobody take him American kind, but more so in Japan. So this led to his teacher, Sensei Yoji Anjo, one of the founders of the UWF, going to California to do a dojo challenge in Gracie's. Apparently, the fight is recorded somewhere. There's a video of this, and it's one of those like holy grails that I hope one day you can see before I die. But apparently, he gets the shit kicked out of him, and yeah, this apparently was him, a photograph of him after. So now, the story is that Anjo comes back to Japan and you got asked by a foreigner, Japan's not going to allow this, of course. So then, to save face, people there decided, you know what? Why not we actually make an actual legitimate fight? So Yoji Anjo, losing to the Reishi breakdown, results in Nobuhiko Takada having to protect the business. Now he's got to challenge Reishi, and it leads to the first fight show at the Saitama Super Arena, 48,000 fans. Unfortunately, it does not go well for Takada. He is clearly outmatched, and yeah, it's unfortunately not a good match. By the way, has anybody seen the first Pride show? Okay. You should watch it only because two of those fights are clearly like words, and they're so badly like MMA words. Nathan Jones and your pro wrestling fans on one of those shows actually as well. Okay, so Pride FC. So everybody familiar with Pride, all that stuff? Good. So Pride. So the promotion can't put on Nobuhiko Takada at this point, since he basically is not that good at MMA. The only fights that he can win are word or fixed fights. Probably the most famous one was a fight that he did with Mark Coleman, in which, just look it up on YouTube, look up Mark Coleman versus Connor. It's really like, I'm laughing. Coleman, this Greco-Roman wrestler, somehow falls into a heel hook. And like he does the pro wrestling thing where he's like, I don't want to tap. And even the commentators, Ross Rizin and or the other one, I think it may have been I forget his name, but they're like, that was strange. What was that? As well, the fight roster is it has a lot of pro wrestlers who lack pure MMA experiences. So that's another issue. So yeah, the first events are probably not that good. I don't recommend them. So they need to find somebody who's going to be their base, or Shinaku, as they say in Japanese. And so that leads to a guy named Kazushi Sakuraba. You all know Sakuraba? Yes. So they hold the first openweight Grand Prix tournament in 2000. It's very, very successful. But as well, it's mostly known because it has a 90-minute match with Hoist Gracie versus Sakuraba, in which basically these were Gracie rules. They had the Gracie made unlimited rounds, no judges, all this stuff. He winds up. They have Gracie's team winds up throwing the towel in because Gracie's clearly just like getting out match. As you can see, this is a very famous photo of just Sakuraba jumping, and this is a very disgusting photo of Sakuraba breaking heads on Gracie's arm in a match. Don't watch the match, it's very gross. So at this time, in America, or outside Japan, from 1993 to 2005, the UFC is struggling because it is illegal in many states. It has what John McCain called the human cockpit. Yes, sir?
Is it true that in one of the states, like, if you're going to have a fight in a state, like, had a special, like, General Assembly get together, they outlaw and they...
Yes, that's very true. I don't know which state that was, but I know that happened. So, the only place, it's illegal in Nevada, but eventually they wind up finding, like, these rinky-dink casinos that would actually host UFC. And then this is where the Fertitta brothers come in and they get their friend Dana White, who was the jazzercise coach. It's really true. He was just like a boxing coach at a gym in, I think, Boston or Massachusetts or something. They purchased UFC and then they partnered with Pride actually for the Wonder Grand Prix. Sent Chuck Liddell, Rico Rodriguez. But this is a point where UFC needs Pride. Pride don't need UFC. And so, before the fall, of course, at this time, Pride is having some of the best events, some of the best fights. Again, like Wanderlei Silva versus Rampage Jackson, Raven Fedor versus Crocott. These are some of the best fights, some of the most historical fights in MMA history. Getting millions of people on TV, gates that are maybe a little bit exaggerated, but nonetheless, still lots of people. And yeah, more stars, Rampage, Silva, Shogun, Tanjiro Anderson Silva, who started there, Dan Henderson, like I said. Unfortunately, just like a very good story about Japanese business before the fall, that was the ball. So, unfortunately, allegations of Yakuza involved become public. Their deal with Fuji TV ends, and so, I mean, this is the 90s. How else are you going to make money? There's no streaming, there's no, online shopping, whatever. Yeah, you're done. You're done. You can't just run shows because how do people know about the shows? And now advertisers also don't, newspapers are like, oh, you have the Yakuza tab. You can't run your advertising, so nobody knows what's going on. They also did probably too early USA expansion. They had some shows in Las Vegas. Probably the most famous fight on one of the shows in Vegas was the Gomi versus Nick Diaz fight. Which wound up being no contest because Diaz tested positive for marijuana. Unfortunately they had to sell themselves to UFC. And it was kind of, Japanese was kind of in a very bottomless pit of nothing in the meantime. Hopefully this will work, but these are just some of the great fights that Pride had. If you want to take photos, you can watch them later or whatever, or you want to do that. But yeah, Sakuraba, Newton, Nogueira versus Rua, Silva versus Henderson, Emelianenko versus Krokop. Now let's see if this will work. If this will work, I can maybe show some clips from the Don Fry versus Takayama, which probably some of you know. Right? Hopefully, you see clips, right, at least? I hope this works. I don't think I have a rampage clip. Let's see if this will work. Yes. And I think it was right after 9/11. Because sometimes it was right after 9/11. He's like, no, right when the good stuff happens. I'll stop for now, but you can watch the whole fight. That's basically what everybody remembers from the fight. It's still a good fight though, even though they both gassed out like immediately. So then, after Pride, there's a little promotion that comes out called Dream. Does anybody know Dream? Yeah, no. I was like,
Dream rounds are awesome.
oh yeah, no, Dream had its place, like the Super Bowl tournament, but it was missing something that Pride had. I don't know what it was, but it just didn't have that something. So they had people from the Pride office and K1 front offices, kind of work together and all that. It banned the Stomps and Soccer Kids, though. That's another thing, is that it didn't have the full Pride rule sets. They did make stars like Shin Aoki, Masato, Kawajiri, Akiyama, also known as Sexyama. And also Eddie Alvarez, Keivar Musashi, Mayhem, Nora, and Dakare all started there as well. And most famously, they had a tournament called the Super Hulk Tournament, which Hulk was misspelled on the actual belt. That is the actual belt that they handed out at to the winner, who was Minoan. Okay, so yeah, this is the winter era. So Dream goes defunct in 2012, excuse me. People aren't going to the shows, and it's just people lost interest. There's only small promotions like Shuto, Pancreas, Deep, but they're running just shows. There's no TV deal. They don't have like a thing on Gomorrah or Asahi or Benma was a thing, but they don't have anything. So, and then the fighters also that are going to UFC also are not doing good as well. Kiyamamoto, Takimori Gomi, quite a few. Probably the only one that I would suggest though at this time was Yushiko Kami. And then out of the cover of darkness, 2015, Rizin restarts. Now Sakakibara, who was the CEO of Pride, he had this. So when he sold Pride to UFC, he had a 10-year no-compete clause. And think about it, he got about, I think it was $30 million to just sit there and do nothing. And as soon as it ends, he restarts the promotion. I would have taken like 10,000 vacation with all that money. I'd be like, fuck MMA. Fuck that. Take a vacation to Antarctica or something. Rizin managed to get a deal with TV, so that's a great start, getting MMA back on special television. By the way, TV in Japan is a lot more important than like TV here. Like, TV doesn't matter that much. It has a bigger impact than just being like, here. If you're on TV, you're big deal in Japan. So yeah, they have their first show, which is a 2-day heavyweight tournament, and they get people like Kimo Jiri, who's now former UFC champion, along with people like Fedor, Sakuraba, Akibono, and yeah, it's a very successful show. Now they started to become successful. 2016, 2017, promotion only books about 5 events a year, but they're doing well box office and selling out wise. They're getting people like Mayweather on their shows, Tenshin, who's now a pro boxer, Joji Horiguchi, now on UFC, kicking ass there, Kanazakura, Reina, and Al who might be next for a flyweight title UFC, but I'm not so sure. This little thing called COVID happens. I don't know if you remember this, but this little thing called COVID happened. Anyway, so yeah, Japan closes borders to foreigners. The lockdown measures are so strict that basically it becomes a pure domestic promotion for about 2-3-ish years. And at this time as well, they lose their TV deal. So just like every story might end a business in Japan, got proven fraternization. Turned out it was not true, but it was true enough that they decided, you know what, we want to get rid of that. So they now have to depend on stars like Miku Razakura, Kai Sakura, Ren Hiromoto, but it's connected with fans. Fans are coming to shows, they're getting lots of views on YouTube, lots of social media engagement, despite COVID and Japanese economy, people are still coming to the shows. Now, current 2022 current day, so Rizin will never be like Pride. But it is without the second biggest promotion in the world in terms of ticket sales, pay-per-view buys, YouTube videos, millions of views, lots of good social media stuff. The match, if anybody's familiar with the match, which was the biggest kickboxing event of all time, which was co-promoted with a bunch of other kickboxing promotions. 156,000 fans, 500,000 pay-per-view sales, and showed that that's a market. That's a market. Sorry, any question?
Yeah. So how does this compare to like an event like one? So it's like 1 to 3, like UFC #1. How does that?
I doubt once. Yes, I heard one of the numbers are very fudged. I know the shows in Thailand as well, because they just put Thai guys in, but I heard for their Japan shows that they were basically giving out free tickets to gyms for people to come. I went to their show in Denver. It was pretty packed. So maybe on the surface they maybe number 3, but I don't know. It's very hard, guys. Sorry?
Top 10.
Top 10 at least, yeah. Yeah. The social media game is great though. They're like, I get so much of the stuff on Instagram Reels and all that stuff, and they have a good social media. I'll give them that. The impact of the Rizin. So there are more people training in Japanese martial arts now. Lots of fighters opening up gyms. More Japanese fighters in the UFC roster, like Tatsuya retiring here. We got Reishi, Joji Horiguchi back. They have a bunch of them for both UFC, so Japanese fighters are doing a lot better now than they used to. U.S. athletic conditions are slowly moving towards grounded knees and stuff. I'm not so sure I'm happy about that because that's taking away something from Japan, but that's just my personal opinion. You know, so feel free to disagree if you want. And then other promotions, like breaking down. So does anybody know what breaking down is? Okay, breaking down. So Miku Razakura, who's the biggest Japanese MMA star, he created a promotion called Breaking Down, which is basically, you ever see that? What's that Street Beefs? You ever see Street Beefs before? It's basically Street Beefs. It's 1 round, 1-minute fights. Only knockouts are allowed. Yeah, and so they'll have like Yakuza guys going up against each other. I wonder if I could try to find, like, we got time, so let's see. It's some of the craziest stuff, and like, I can understand why it why it's popular in Japan. Let's see. Let's see if we got this one. Work. Highly entertaining though, let's see. Virtual camera regime, which is, so, this is, I don't know, this is an actual thing, so what they'll do is, let's see if I can get this up. So, they'll have fights in front of like a green screen or a blue screen, and it's like a Mortal Kombat thing.
It's kind of like Debbie. I think they used to be on MTV.
I think so, yeah. What was it, that martial arts thing? Was that a martial arts from the 90s?
Celebrity Map, yeah.
Let's see. Let's see this. It says English, so this hopefully it will work.
Like Debbie's fight.
It's you'll see. Let's see if I can prepare yourself for a fight unlike anything you've witnessed. A concentration is. Let's see what happens. It's highly entertaining. It's so like yes.
It's incredibly painful to be hit down the calf. Good two-punch combination, quarter from the calf.
As it's having a blue screen or I don't know, a green screen background. You have these guys that like are like masks for these shits, but like they'll push guys back into like one that they get out of bounds or whatever. Studio lights. Where are we? Okay, try to show you guys that. And then another promotion called Roman, which is now like a very, so this is promotion called Roman now. Basically, you have to wear a gi, which is the martial arts uniform, and it's bare knuckle. So it's gi bare knuckle fighting. I don't know, figure that out. No, not. Exactly, yeah. So they're fighting a gi. The gi is like, you know, you don't fight that because of people who I know. So a little bit about Rizin's best fights if you need if you want to go back and watch some stuff. So we got like Yukito versus Tony Laramie, Prochaska versus Vadim Venkov, Ito versus Hashimoto, Catfish, Akizawa taking on Cozy, Natsukawa versus Horiguchi. Yeah, so if you want to take a picture of that, we're going to show one quick clip of a quick fight that's really awesome, which will hopefully be bufferless. Who knows? Don't worry, it's short. Oh, never mind, sorry. Okay. I apologize for the 144 P as well. How can you not love the ring? The ring is just so much, it's just visually better. Oh, I know, yeah. the winner that would become UFC champion, so always follow your dreams. Okay, so, like I said before, Rizin is now the second largest pay-per-view company in the world. What was this? This was 2024. They got about almost 2 million pay-per-view buys, total attendance of 104,000, which is no other, besides UFC, no one else doing that. TFL's not doing that. LFA, I don't know who else. Cage Warriors, I don't know who else. Yeah, Bear Knuckles not doing that. So, a lot of UFC fighters now, or who get cuts, are now going to Rizin as well. So, Patchy Mix, anybody know Patchy Mix? Very unsuccessful UFC run with a lot of hype. Now he's fighting Rizin and is trying to, I guess, refurbish his career. And a potential PFL, does anybody like PFL? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Okay, that's fair. Possible joint cooperation between the two, Rizin and PFL. As well, here are some things that are coming up. Rizin 52, March 7th. Something called the Liminal Survivor Tournament, which I don't know about, but that came up on my feed. I have to research that a little bit. The promotion Pancreas, which has been around for 100 years. And another Rizin show as well on April 12th, and that deep show as well. I don't know what that's going to be on. So if you are to watch those, you need to be on to watch Rizin stuff, excuse me, Rizin.tv, so you can watch the latest Rizin shows. They got stuff from the old fights as well. If you want to follow or keep up with more JMMA related stuff, I have a Discord, just like everybody else, called Rizin FF Fans. Let's see what that bullshit that they're going to be doing. A Twitter as well, or X if you like to call it. I tried to make a Blue Sky, but Blue Sky is like, it's not. I hate the interface of it. It's really bad interface in my opinion. But that's my podcast, Twitter, We Are Rizin Pod, and also the YouTube as well, that I do my shows on, We Are Rizin Podcast. Please subscribe to that so I can get more YouTube pennies and dimes. And yeah, also, other resources as well. Subscribe to the Rizin YouTube channel. Who knows Napoleon Bonaparte? Napoleon Bonaparte, okay. Probably the best guy to be like falling for any like MMA stuff. Absolutely amazing. This great book I read, and volume 2 just came out called Katsucon. And it's basically just it's articles and interviews with fighters who are fighting Pride, and a bunch of stuff that the author of it is an American who lives in Japan. And he did all this stuff for Black Belt Magazine, and it's basically always reprinting articles with new concepts and all that stuff. This podcast I found out last year, but they haven't updated their thing, but I thought it was good, like the past articles. And this book called Before Fall, which is about the history of Pride Fighting Championships. Anybody have any questions, comments, statements, arguments? While we still have time? Anything you want to, yes sir?
That last video that you showed, did that guy knee someone from, was that a Rizin opponent, or did he knee him while he was like
You knew him while I was down, yeah. That was Rizin, yes.
You can knee someone while you're down in that?
Yes.
Oh shoot.
Stop it.
Oh, you didn't know that?
Just straight up, step on.
No, I know I did. But that's the thing, like, well in UFC, you're not supposed to like.
What's the best way to watch this stuff?
Yes.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I know that. No, that was my question. Sorry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's
So, yes. Yeah, UFC, well, I should say UFC, but MMA in the United States, you can have no commission except for, I think only the Denver Commission allows, like, knees and up, but they don't allow soccer games. But, yeah, generally, most of the commissions don't allow anything, I don't know, it's either hand on the ground or knee to the ground, or every commission has a very different rule, like what defines a grounded opponent. And I think listen, I'm not that Japan has that unique, whatever, that they're allowed to do that there. I kind of don't want to come here because Japanese MMA will then do something special. That's just selfish, Mr. Right in the back, you were in here?
Yeah, so also with the video, they allowed like back in the night shot.
That was going to be my second.
No. So the thing with the bag is so when I had my MMA fight, when the referee told us that when you have to get a pre-fire meeting, a back of the head shot does not count as bad as the head if you turn your head and I'm coming in with a punch. Now, if I'm on the ground and I'm like covering up whatever, and you just start a good fight that you said was the first Brock Lesnar Frank Mir match, where Brock Lesnar was just back punching Frank Mir in the back of the head. So yeah, it doesn't count if the person is moving. You're fair game.
Thank you. Yeah, it was just that caught me off guard.
Oh, I got you. Anybody here? Let's go. Yes, sir.
So it's a question about like Rizin versus cages.
Yes.
So
Here we go.
I don't know anything about this entirely from like an aesthetic standpoint. So what makes like rings like better than cages? Entirely. I'm sorry, this is like a crazy.
I mean, you can do so much more off of the cage than you can with the ring.
Yes.
It's just like
You can literally get out of positions off the cage.
So one thing I was doing when I was preparing my fight, I wanted to crawl up on the cage. Like just basically use like scoot back, and basically get up. You can't do that in the ring because it's ropes or whatever.
yeah.
Now when it comes to wrestling, I think the ring is a lot tougher. It makes it a lot easier to wrestle because when you bounce you kind of like bounce back, you bounce a little bit forward, you kind of lose your balance a little bit, you can be taken out Rizin. On the cage, you can kind of stabilize yourself, you can hold there a little bit. Demetrius Johnson also did this. He would put his feet in between the mat and the cage, so that when the guy was trying to pick up, he can't because he's basically, his feet are stuck there. Aesthetically, I think the ring also just looks, there's just something better about it. I don't know, when I see a cage, I just think of, it just looks so, I don't know, I don't know. The ring is just, something like more class about it. I'm not a pro wrestling fan, maybe like grow up in the ring, so I kind of like it for that reason. Do you, you said that you only asked me for,
I was just curious.
Okay.
I did like essentially collegiate wrestling, so no like actual like.
Oh yeah. Got it. Yes, sir.
I'm so sorry. So I was also a collegiate wrestler, and so I can make things easier for you like that. I think the fence is easier on in a cage than it is on a ring. The reason why is because you know how we have sprawl. You can do something called like a split sprawl on the cage. You have more. There are more areas of the fence on the cage than you do on a ring. That's why it's easier for like a grappler to like actually offensively to take somebody down in a ring than it is on a cage, which is more area of defense than a cage.
Yeah.
I personally like cage more because I was a collegiate wrestler. I was a Division I.
Yeah.
And I like that. So
No, I got you. I was terrible.
yeah, oh, I
got you.
So,
It makes sense. It makes
here's
sense.
the other thing. So everybody knows the famous Ali George Foreman fight as well. Ali used the ropes to his advantage to take those punches from Foreman, who was known as just one punch knockout guy. You can't really do that against the cage. If you get punched in your head, it's the back of the cage, it hurts. It happened to me. It happened to me during training. It sucks. But like the ring, you can just kind of like use that to kind of like bounce and use that as well. That's the thing. There are some people who prefer a cage and like for just cheating reasons, others who just prefer the ring for just cheating reasons as well. Did you have a question?
Yeah, kind of off
Yeah, go ahead.
just kind of off topic, but out of curiosity, how is the MMA scene in all of them in Asia? Like, do they get influenced by the Japan MMA scene?
So right now I can speak on Korea. There's a promotion called Road FC, which was before COVID was like amazing. It was like on the zone. They had English commentators. They had like big fighters coming. And COVID happened, and they basically just became a regional promotion, an amateur regional promotion. But now they're starting to pick up. They're doing pretty well so far. There's also a promotion called Black Combat as well in Korea. So the guy who runs it, did you laugh because you know about it?
No, I'm just thinking.
Oh, okay. So it's called Black Combat. The guy who runs it calls himself Godfather something. And he always wears a trench coat. Let me see if I can get a picture of this guy. But he apparently has like, is just like loaded with money. And whenever he has an MMA show, there's all these foreigners that come from like all like Brazil, America, England. And he'll put them up in hotels for like 2 weeks. He'll provide their meals and all that guy is like, I don't know. I question where his finances come from, but hey, I heard all the fighters there get paid very well, very well. So Korea is doing okay for now. We'll see. Every year I feel like people say one FC is going to go under, and it's like TNA wrestling. It's still here for another 5 years. If you're a fan of TNA wrestling, sorry, I didn't mean to slide off of that. Let me see if I can find this guy. God. Oh yeah, he calls himself Godfather Black. That's what he calls him. And he wears a trench coat. Let's see if I can find this guy. And he wears sunglasses. And he sits on like a throne or like this like giant chair during the MMA fights.
Is that him down there? Wait a minute.
What's sorry?
You had him right there. Is that him?
Yeah, that's him. That's him. So when he's not sitting wearing black, he's wearing gold and sitting on. Yeah, that's how. It's like you put more on a Shao Kahn, like watching. That's how he is in the shows. But yeah, you see, like all these guys that are here. These are all guys from Brazil that he invited, that he brought over to be on the shows, and yeah. Apparently.
So like, do we know his real name and stuff?
No.
Really?
Yeah. He's got kayfabe pretty well. It's Tommy Wiseau level of like keeping the gimmick close to himself. But listen, if the fighters getting paid, they say they're happy, I'm not gonna complain. I'm trying to think of what other promotions. D Shudo Pancras. They're still around Japan. Let's see. Okay, so there's promotions in China, but like WLF, but you have to always be careful with promotions in China because they tend to work a lot of their fights. Like they'll always have to be like some 10-0 guy who takes on like some like guy who's like 0-5 or something. So yeah, you have to be kind of a little bit careful with those fights. Thailand has no MMA. That's really like actually no, that's a lie. There's a promotion called Full Metal Dojo. Let's see if I can find that. They have some of the craziest entertainment. So they'll have, I'm trying to remember some of their fights. They were one of the first to do like 2 like little people versus 1 big guy.
I see that one in Romania.
Yeah, Full Metal Dojo was the first one to do that.
So the Romanian one was 1 fat guy and 2 women MMA.
Let's see if I can let's see. Let's show something wacky.
Fights are just crazy.
Yeah, the Full Metal Dojo fights are because you know all that, right? Okay, let's click this. Let's see how that. So, which one was this one? They do weird things where they do like MMA pillow fights and stuff. And it's really, I don't know if I consider it serious MMA, but listen, people in Pattaya are going to see it, so.
Take a look at that action there. Watch this.
Watch this. On a season though.
And the crowd's like, oh shit.
Right hands.
Yeah.
Deep breath from the bottom.
Knocks him back there. One elbow there. Savage. Not a slicing elbow or a hammer elbow. It's called down.
Yeah, so I don't know. Take that for what's worth. Sorry, yes sir, yes sir.
You said questions and statements. My statement is, you got that Ben Askren.
I've been told that. You probably weighs as much as that mass, actually. But no, I got that a lot.
Okay,
when I used to be fat back in high school, I got told like Jonah Hill. And they'd be like, why are you insulting me so bad? But now Jonah Hill's like all day and all that, and he cut his hair, so like now we don't look at all like.
Yeah, it looked pretty. I was gonna say like if you have like Pluto TV, it's an app. You get like they have a lot of like MMA stuff on there and like Like
I'm
they
sorry,
got,
what was the part of your question?
I was saying like if you have Pluto, it's an app. You have like free TV.
Yeah.
They have like martial arts parts where
Yes.
like was it Glory, K1, and all
Yes.
that is on there. Yeah.
Yes, yes. By the way, as well, if anybody's a K1 fan, anybody love kickboxing here? Yeah, K1 is making a comeback, finally. They're starting to have shows that are available without a VPN now. So, you know, be on the watch for those. Did you, sorry, Butcher, did you have a, I thought I saw you raise your hand. Did you?
I like K1, that's why.
Oh, okay. Anybody else? I think there's like 6 minutes-ish or whatever. Anybody want to say how much they love Bob Sapp or whatever?
I like K1. I got a chance to watch it on ESPN. I thought it was really cool. They had like 8 fights in one night and everything.
Yes.
So you said they're coming back now, though, right?
So yes, they finally are. So K1 has a. I can't even get the history of K1. Let's just say that they now have more sane, competent owners, and now they're trying to like, okay, we can't be so jingoistic and isolationist. We got that like, if we want to be like successful outside, we have to like make it available, not geo-bot shit. So yeah. So yeah, I don't know if they'll be on ESPN again, but they're definitely doing a lot better than they used to.
Show us one of your fights on YouTube.
What's that?
Show us one of your fights.
Okay, I got. It's not that long, so I think by the time it by the time it ends, you know, so they should be kicking us out. Do I show the YouTube clip or should I show the whole thing?
Oh, is the clip good?
Yeah. I mean, I wanted 30 seconds, so it's like.
I mean, you might as well show the 30 seconds, right?
Good points. Let's see. I usually don't. I don't show this on dates usually. It's a great conversation. Either starter or killer. I'm gonna skip to the walk-offs because I came out. Does anybody know Marseille, the singer?
Yes.
Okay, I came out to one of his songs. So. Yes, it was 19. And what happened, so here's like, everybody's getting out like hard rock, you know, all that stuff. Then suddenly there's a J-pop song, and like the room went silent. It's a good song. And I was like, oh shit, I killed the vibe. I killed the vibe. By the way, So just some quick things about that. I delivered board and then Muay Thai shorts, so I was like, oh, this guy probably knows I'm at the time blue belt jiu-jitsu. I'm gonna wear Muay Thai shorts because he's gonna strike there. And then so the arm bar, he didn't tap. I heard his arm break. I think the referee heard his arm break as well. So I looked just instinctively, and yeah, that's why the referee like, man, just like went in there because. Yeah, it wasn't a bingo ball or like kind of like a ball like this. So like you could hear that. I'm surprised that the camera actually did not pick it up. But yeah, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Yes, sir.
I'm really sorry. I have 3 questions.
Oh, good.
One, did anyone else hear the arm break, and how is his arm okay?
Gentlemen. Yeah. After we went to the back and we had to do the medicals and all that stuff, like we were like right next to each other, and he's on what's it called? doctors said like, oh, your arm is broken because like it was like whatever, it was like that protruding thing, whatever.
Is it
Sorry?
Is it humorous?
So it was the arm bar, so it was whatever this part of the, whatever this hyperextended of it is. So I heard a break, but I let go instinctively. Luckily the referee, I think heard it as well, so.
Yeah, no, good on you for recognizing that. A lot of fighters don't even recognize that.
You guys said you had two more, right?
I'm sorry?
You had two more questions?
Oh yeah, I do. The other two are not 100% related to that specific fight.
Okay.
One, I wanted to know what your opinion is on karate combat, because I know she didn't talk karate combat.
Well, let's see if karate combat's around at the end of 2026, and I've heard some very not so good things about their financial situation.
Yeah.
I do have to commend them though, they do make some good neat fights, like a guy who's known for being a heel hooker, take on a guy with no legs. So, good on them for that, and they're like, okay, beat fights are the way to make people interested now. So, I think they're entertaining and all that stuff. I do think, but I do question how the longevity and also why they aren't paying their production people. Part 3?
Yeah, my last one is a little, slightly further from traditional MMA. Forgive me, medieval freaking MMA. Because I just recently heard about that within the past like year and a half. And I don't know how to feel about that. It's cool, I just don't know what.
I mean, Hemo's been around forever.
Do you guys know medieval MMA where they just go to medieval costumes do it?
I love that shit.
It's so practical though. How do you armbar or leg up someone with metal? Just wearing metal armor. How do you knock out somebody wearing metal? Your hand will break. Your hand will most likely.
I've never seen anyone get knocked out. I've seen people give up because they've been hit with a dead sword so many times. Like, I don't know. That's where the question is. I don't know where to put it.
I don't know.
It's metal, that's why.
It's just like, it's meme MMA
Exactly.
stuff. It's just meme MMA. And I don't even know if all those stuff, that stuff is real, it's maybe like an entertainment thing and all that.
I mean, because you're not cutting, like, I mean, in that medieval, you're trying to get through the width, like the slot, like, right?
Yeah.
There's none of that. So
Why
you're not
not wrap up?
I mean, you could, but how long do you have left?
Oh no, whenever the next people need to come in.
Because your panel is scheduled to end now, but up to you if you want to.
Oh, anybody last any questions?
I'll give you 5 minutes.
Okay, fine. Okay, great, thank you.
Oh, I just want to say, so where I used to live in the Midwest, our Kingston Gym also is next to the HEMA Club. And they will have the HEMA shit out in the fucking park. So in the morning, my coach was running and he'd hear like clang, clang, clang. He thought the homeless that have
Yo, where do you get the armor from? Like, what do you do? Like, I've never. This is maybe, I don't know, custom made. Or maybe they go to a convention and they get their own like convention. I have no idea.
No, I bet they meet a real smithy. Because you can't just get that at a convention. That thing will break easily. That if you get it at some random panel.
Yeah.
Where did you invest in?
Indiana.
Oh, okay.
We're in Indiana.
So
Was this
all
a
this happened
Virginia fight?
Andrew, where was your fight at?
North Dakota?
Yes.
Are you trained in Virginia or did you?
No, so I moved to North Dakota for a bit, and I got inspired by my first fight. So I lived there for about 2 or 3 years. North Dakota, you just need a pulse to fight. You just contact the promoter and be like, hey, I want to fight. He's like, yeah, sure. As long as I'm capacity blood. Yeah, it's not like. Yeah, I'm from New York. In New York, you need to have all this. It's like, so that looks like a pro fight, but that's actually amateur fights. But New York, that was amateur. We don't wear gear glass for MMA fights. Basically everywhere else you have to. The helmet, the like, yeah. But not North Dakota. The only thing in North Dakota they don't allow is use the head or elbows the head amateur.
I thought I'm about to have my first one like in March.
Okay.
But like I thought you're supposed to wear your first 3 supposed to be packed.
North Dakota.
Not North Dakota.
North Dakota.
Not in Virginia either.
How? I thought there were regulations. I thought
Not in Virginia. Not in Virginia either.
Not in Virginia either.
That's unified rules for pro MMA.
See, I was going to ask a question. If you were out of Virginia, I was going to ask, because I come from Virginia, but right now I'm fighting out of California.
Okay.
So Southern California specifically.
Yeah.
If you went to Pennsylvania, to wear pads, but not in Virginia.
Pennsylvania, you or no?
Pennsylvania, New Jersey, not Maryland, not DC, not Virginia.
And amateur rules are different state by state, but pro rules are basically the same rules here. That's it. By the way, since everybody's getting here, I'm curious to know, would anybody like some Rizin cards that I have to reference Japan? I'll give one per person, because I don't have that many. Here you go.
Come on, bro. You're a fighter, dude. Go get one.
Okay, all right.
I appreciate everybody who came out. Thank you so much on Valentine's Day.
I feel bad. I don't want to take.
One thing, is there any more left by time? I'll give you what's left.
Oh, no. I just didn't want to take one.
Oh,
No one else is going to get one.